It's been a while. Been doing some meditating lately. Everybody, like I've said before, has always been after me. Write a book. Man, I'm not going to write a book. I do these videos as my book. But I wanted to do a how-to series. A series on how to do certain things that first-year students usually learn as we go along. So, some of the videos may go over the 15 minutes that I try to set, but hopefully they'll be helpful for you. I've done videos before on what is faith. Well, I want to do a how-to video on how to have faith. Well, if we know that faith is the simple believing or knowing that there is a deity or multiple deities of some form, then that is the basis of faith. But how do you have faith? That's always been the million-dollar question. I had somebody ask me one time, how do I get faith? Well, you simply have to accept first the possibility that there are spirits out there that help us through and are willing to help us through our daily lives. You have to be willing to accept what is out there to help you. And it begins, like I said, with acceptance that something out there is larger than yourself. Well, then we build on that with the acknowledgement that things happen around us all the time when we don't actually realize that we're being protected by the very deity or deities that we are sworn to follow. Christians swear to follow God and Jesus by the rite or ritual that they do during baptism. Pagans generally do some form of fire crossing, lighting of the candle, reading of the tradition, swearing of allegiance to a particular set or set of deities. And then, of course, Jews have their way of doing it, so do Muslim, what have you. So, each faith-based religion has a particular ritual that is done to swear allegiance to that particular deity or deities. So, how do we have faith? Well, we first accepted something out there is bigger than us. We first accepted, then we accepted that something bigger than us guides us. Is it God to you? Is it goddess to you? Is it God and goddess? Is it God or goddess? These are questions that, like I've said before, you have to answer for yourself. But then you have to be aware of what kind of faith you're going to have. There are three basic types of faith. There is faith, which is the acceptance, acknowledgement, and love of and walking with your deity or deities. Then there is what I call blind faith, where you don't question the actions of deity. You simply know it's there. You do what you feel deity tells you to do, and you typically don't question the why. Now, me personally, I fall under the faith point of view because I do periodically question deity. I do periodically question why and what's going on. I don't ever expect an answer, mind you, but I question it nonetheless. And then there's what I call stupid faith. Now, stupid faith is best described by a bit of a story that I was told years ago. Stupid faith is where you have such a blind faith for deity that you feel like deity will totally protect you from stepping in front of a semi, and you'll live through getting hit by an 18-wheeler doing 60 miles an hour. Well, you could. I mean, come on, stranger things have happened. But here's a story for you, and I'll end it here, and you can make your own mind up from there, right? There's this guy standing in a field talking to his friends, and they're talking about his love of God and how God will protect him no matter what, because his love for God is so great. His faith for God is never ending. God will protect him no matter what. He says, "Here, I'll prove it to you." So, not far from him is a busy freeway. Lots of semis, heavy traffic, what have you. He said, "I'm going to run in front of the next 18-wheeler, and nothing is going to happen to me because God is going to protect me." So he gets down on one knee, says a prayer to God, and takes off running. Well, he's running. He trips and falls, gets up, keeps running. Jumps over a fence, keeps running. While going up a small incline, he trips 3 times, gets up, running, jumps out in front of an 18-wheeler. Well, he's standing before God, the pearly gates, and God's shaking his hand, or God's shaking his head. The guy looks at him and says, "God, why did you not save me? I praise you, I follow you." And he looks at him and says, "You stupid idiot. Who was it do you think that made you trip and fall? Who was it that you think threw that fence in front of you when there wasn't one there before? And who was it that made you trip and fall 3 times going up the hill to try to stop you?" Well, to me, that is stupid faith. And I'll kind of leave it with you from there. How do you have faith? You first have to accept that possibility that something that is bigger than you is out there, helping things happen, keeping things from happening, and in the end, that doesn't say sometimes shit happens. That falls under momentum and cause and effect. Good luck with your faith, and I'll be working on the next how-to video, and we wish you a great day.